Before I start this video, I must apologize. I forgot to do a pick for the New Orleans-Carolina game for week 2. I am so sorry about that. In the future, I will try to do a better job making sure I have every game. Alright, on to the video. What's going on, guys? Diggs Report here, back to you with another video. And today we are going to go over my week 3 picks. Not wasting any more time, you guys know the drill. Let's jump right in. Alright, our Thursday night game is going to be between Carolina and Houston. Houston was able to give Cleveland a run for its money early on, but then Tyrod Taylor got knocked out of the game. Not sure if he's going to be able to start. Thursday night, looks like it could be Davis Mills. Meanwhile, Carolina's surprising 2-0 start. Sam Darnold's been playing really good football. I'm going to go Carolina over Houston on this one. Indianapolis is traveling Tennessee. For Tennessee, they were able to come back against Seattle. In Seattle, able to deal with the 12th man. Very impressive win by them. Meanwhile, Indianapolis almost had a come-from-behind win against the Rams. However, was not able to pull it off. And we're not entirely sure if Carson Wentz is going to be able to play this week. I got to go Tennessee on this one. Atlanta taking on the Giants is a battle of 0-2 teams. For the Giants, they almost pulled off the win against Washington, just could not stop them late in the game. Meanwhile, Atlanta has not looked good so far, but I'm going to go with them over the Giants. I think the difference is going to be Matt Ryan. Chargers taking on KC. Justin Herbert got his first NFL start against Kansas City last year. Don't forget that. And he played really well. I think this is going to be a close game. I think this could be a game of the week, but KC's coming off a loss, and they still have Patrick Mahomes and that high-powered offense. Give me Kansas City at home. Cincinnati taking on Pittsburgh. Cincinnati almost pulled off a come-from-behind win against the Bears. However, they could not stop them late in the game. Bears were able to run out the clock. Meanwhile, the Steelers suffered a loss against the Raiders at home last week. I'm picking them to beat the Bengals. Chicago taking on Cleveland. For Cleveland, they were able to pull off a win against the Texans. And Chicago able to pull off a win against the Bengals. However, we don't know if Andy Dalton's going to be ready to go. If he can't, then it's going to be rookie Justin Fields taking the field. I'm going to go with the Browns on this one. Baltimore taking on Detroit. For Detroit, they got shut out in the second half by the Green Bay Packers. And Baltimore able to finally get the monkey off their back and beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I'm going to go with Baltimore over Detroit. New Orleans taking on New England. For New Orleans, Jameis Winston came back down to earth. He threw 2 picks, and the Saints only scored 7 points against the Panthers. Meanwhile, New England had 4 interceptions against Zach Wilson and the Jets. I'm going to go with the Patriots on this one. Arizona taking on Jacksonville. 2 teams that are going in very opposite directions. For Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence was just not good against Denver last week. And Arizona, yeah, they snuck out a win against the Vikings, but Kyler Murray and that offense are playing really well. I'm going to go with the Cardinals on this one. Washington taking on Buffalo. For Buffalo, Josh Allen hasn't really had that breakout game just yet to show why he signed that contract extension. Could get that this week, however, Washington and that defensive line may have other plans. I'm going to go with the Bills on this one. I do not think they're going to lose their first 2 home games of the season. Jets taking on Denver. For the Jets, I just mentioned Zach Wilson. He threw 4 picks against New England. Meanwhile, Denver, one of the surprise teams in the NFL this year, they started off 2-0, make it 3-0. They beat the Jets at home. Miami taking on the Raiders. Raiders, another surprise team. They are 2-0. They are playing really good football. Had a come-from-behind win against Baltimore and then handled Pittsburgh on the road. Meanwhile, Miami, Tua Tagovailoa hurt his ribs against the Bills, and Miami got shut out. Don't know if Tua's going to be able to play. Got to go with the Raiders on this one. Seattle taking on Minnesota. Minnesota has had the worst luck out of any team so far this year against the Cardinals. They should have won the game, let's be honest, but could not get a field goal late in the game. And Seattle blew a lead at home to Tennessee. However, I say they rebound and beat Minnesota. Tampa Bay taking on the Rams. This should be the game of the week. You have Tom Brady versus Matthew Stafford. This ought to be a really good game. At first I was going to go with the Bucs, but the more I thought about it, the more I think the Rams defense might be able to give Brady some issues. I'm going to go with Matthew Stafford and the Rams at home on this one. Green Bay taking on San Francisco. San Francisco, they've started off the season 2-0. Meanwhile, Green Bay able to rebound after the disaster that was the New Orleans Saints game. I'm going to go with Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers on this one. I say there's a play late in the game that determines this one. And our Monday night game is a divisional matchup between the Eagles and the Cowboys. For the Cowboys, able to hit a last-second field goal against the Chargers to win the game. Meanwhile, the Eagles kind of came back down to earth a little bit against the 49ers, only had 11 points in that game. I'm going to go Dallas at home on this one. However, it would not surprise me if the Eagles do give them a run for their money, but in the end, I say Dak Prescott and the offense get it done. Alright guys, those were my picks for week 3, and I will see you guys next time. This season's going to be weird, isn't it?